scenario. Here's the scenario.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Here's the Scenario podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feeney, being joined with me, as always,
Brendan Sagalow, as well as
Mike Cannon.
Love it. And this is a hypothetical-based show, a comedy obstacle course, if you will, that you help create. You send us your questions. Go to here'sthescenario.com. Send it to us on Instagram. Check it out. Leave a 5-star review if you haven't. We get to all your questions. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/scenariopod, where we answer even more questions and give you more content. We put out 2 bonus episodes a week, plus Mike's Take Edibles, plus Coffee with Mark and Branders, plus a bunch of other sketches, a bunch of other shit. I have something up. I have a crowd work video up there now that, again, is exclusively to the Patreon. So get to getting that, you know?
hell yeah, dude. I'm excited about everything.
It's Feeney just dropping hard racial slurs that can only be heard behind the Patreon wall.
Yeah.
And guys, on top of the Patreon, Feeney is also renting jet skis.
Are you?
It looks like you own a jet ski hut on Aruba.
$75, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I know it's price gouging, but where else are you going to get them?
You at the Sisu?
Yeah.
Sisu's extra.
I'm starting to, you're like going back to your, I worked at a surfing place.
Surf
days.
shop.
Surf shop.
Yeah. Oh, boy, you should have seen me back then, man. The long hair, the puka shell, the fucking flip-flops.
Did you have a puka shell anklet as well? Or
I never wore any sort of anklet, but I did have the sailor knot bracelet, of course, obviously,
Yes,
to
of
wipe
course.
my brow while I was working the jib.
What's a sailor knot?
Sailor knot bracelet. Pull it up. It's a thing every...
Like a noose for your wrist?
No, it's supposed to be it's a sailor bracelet, so that way when you're working manual labor and sweating, you can use that to wipe your brow.
That's awesome.
They sell
Yeah.
sweatbands too, though.
Yeah, but this is way
Sweatbands
cooler.
are hot.
This is
That's
when that
not
was
cooler.
Yeah, that was very, very
That
popular.
looks like
That's
something you
fucking
buy at the
cool.
Renaissance
That was
fair.
super
That
cool.
is fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it was
Get that
super
from the
cool.
chick with the tattoo on her tits
And
that
you just-
serves you mead.
Here's the thing, it's like it's a one-time get on thing. Like you can't take it off.
Yeah.
So like once it's on until you take it off.
Oh, that sucks. But also,
But it would be why? Why does that suck?
It sucks.
I don't know. When you're young, that's cool. You're like, I have to rip this off.
it's a
to-
Well, you know, you can
It's
leave
a
it on
hemp
for like
commitment.
months until it gets like gross.
Are you really defending this? Like do
Back
you
in the
think
day, this was the shit.
Yeah, sure. So were leather braided belts, but
yeah,
this
but
is
you
not a
you
cool
could
decision.
defend it then.
No.
Did you wear other stuff with it on
You know what?
on your
No,
wrist?
I didn't have multiple.
You know what? I turn against myself, and I'm on your side
All right.
because
Okay.
I'm basically arguing in favor of being able to go through old tweets and grading them on the scale of today.
Yeah.
By shunning
Yeah.
this fashion.
Yeah, let
I'm
me
looking
grow.
through the
Yeah.
filter of 2021.
How dare
not
you.
Of 2003 when Feeney
Yeah.
was selling ecstasy at a used car parts place.
I was selling weed, and it was very
He
okay.
pushes the limits as a surfer cashier person. And also, to just say this, you also are the only one here with a bracelet. So
That's right. Made by my son.
that was not made by your son, because
Yes,
I
it
know
was.
exactly who that was made
Who
by.
was it made by?
Nicole's friend. She told me.
Not her friend.
You fucking asshole.
Ah,
Her niece,
Tried to
my
blame
son's
your
cousin,
son.
and caretaker.
They're
so,
friends.
so just because son is in the relation doesn't
Yeah.
mean that this is made by
It
my
has my
son, because
son's
my
name.
son has met her
It
once.
has my son's name, therefore untouchable.
Yeah.
You cannot comment.
Well,
on
we got questions. We got a bunch of questions sent in to us, again, at our Instagram. So follow us there. Here's a Scenario Pod. And send us your questions, your hypotheticals, your what-ifs, your moral dilemmas, your fuck, marry, kills. Whatever it is, we'll get to them. And away we go. We just do Billy on the street.
I thought that was the Joker looking out at the two Staten Island
Yeah.
ferries. And here we go.
No, I heard the fucking Billy on the street. Scenario on the street.
Yeah. Scenario on the street.
We're just really just taking from everyone.
We
Bite,
no,
bite. Yeah. No one's fighting like us, though. No one's
Right.
fighting.
That's what we have to
No
offer.
one's barely holding it together. Our sailor nut bracelet is just barely hanging on for dear life. That's Seinfeld. God damn it. That was the-
If you miss the tension of your home before your parents got a divorce, this is the podcast for you.
yeah.
exactly it.
So we got a question. This is from Joe Weber. Love Joe. If you and you alone had to go without one for the rest of your life while the world stays the same, would you rather be without cash or credit debit? Well, it's obviously got to be credit debit because everything's moving cashless.
I fucking hate when I walk into a place and they don't. I guess I don't hate it.
I do. I've taken to saying you don't care about black people.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I know.
to a black business owner.
I've made it a huge class issue in some places before because I was so furious that they would only take my card.
It is a class.
And
it's
then
a
they
total
always
class
have an
issue.
ATM there that charges you $3 convenience fee
Yeah.
that they're going to get.
Yeah.
It's absolutely infuriating and should not be legal at this point to only accept digital currency.
yeah.
If not everybody has it, it can't be the thing.
Sorry, we're a store and we only accept cactuses. Fuck you. That's not how things work.
How am I supposed to even carry the cactuses, you fool?
A guy walks in
Yeah.
with parachute pants and just cactuses
Yeah.
bursting out of his pocket.
Ow. One ice cream, please.
Yeah.
And several band-aids.
Yeah, the cashier just takes it, rubs it across his face. Okay, it's good.
Yeah. Guy's good.
Yeah, we got
the
to.
water out of it.
We convoying on that?
On what?
Convoy on
Cactus?
question 1? Yeah, cactus.
Cactus.
Next question comes to us from. Did we do all of Cerna Styles? Yeah, we did. Okay. Next one comes from Muthoni.
Muthoni.
What job in the military would you choose?
Trumpeter?
Yeah.
Do they still have those?
Yeah, if we could play in the band.
If I could be like a rat-a-tat drummer. But
Dude.
those guys are in the front. Actually, photographer. That's what I would choose.
War photographer?
Yeah, especially back in the day, because they would like go on a grassy berm like 40 yards away and we're just totally out of harm's way somehow. It was insane.
Those music guys, the guys that like play the music coming in, if that was in modern warfare right now, they would get shot the fuck up.
Yeah, but they would always get shot. That was the thing.
You know, it was a rule of war that you were not supposed to aim for them.
We'll tell that to Mel Gibson's The Patriot, where they're all like playing the drums, walking, and they're all just like and just getting headshotted. And
In fairness,
fucking-
they were Jews, and Mel ordered that in late.
Yeah. I would immediately be. That's because they're in the music industry. I would immediately.
military.
I would immediately be like, and a 1, and a 2, and a.
What military? I don't even know what many other jobs there are.
Infantry is like on the
Yeah, I
ground,
don't want
badass shit. You're in the thick
I
of
want
it.
nothing to do with that.
I want to like. I think it would.
I want to be
would
the
lose
general
weight.
on a horse who commands the lead, like Russell Crowe in the beginning of Gladiator.
I'm starting to think none of us know anything about modern military.
Yeah, we all live in this little bubble where nothing bad happens.
Oh, I want to be the guy controlling the drone,
Yeah.
where it just looks like you're playing a video game, but you're like killing 10,000 people. At
I
a
was
time.
I was just gonna say that because we went there and they're basically like their offices for drones are the size of shipping containers. They're just beige shipping containers, and you walk in and it looks super outdated. You're like, what the fuck, Matthew Broderick 80s technology movie is this?
Yeah.
And then they show you kind of whatever, and it still looks old and stuff. But then you look at the drones and they have pinpoint accuracy that could like shoot the herpy off a camel from fucking 4 million miles away.
I would know exactly who I am going to be in this military. The President of the United States
They're
of
not in the
America.
He's the commander in chief.
He's the commander in chief.
But he's not.
And
so
all
he's
you gotta
technically in
do
the military.
He's the head of the military.
Pick up that phone call.
Isn't there a head of the military though? There's a guy who's
There's definitely
always
checks
There's
and
always no.
balances.
But there's always the guy in every movie who's the head of the military who's
general.
convincing the president, like, you have to blow him up, you have to do it. I need an answer, and
Are
he's
you
like, just give me more time.
Are you just picturing Mars attacks?
No, I'm picturing everyone, every single one.
Yeah.
Independence Day.
You gotta nuke him.
Nicole, look up the if the president is in the military.
And then also,
I don't think so.
I think he is.
He definitely is, because they said he's technically the head of the military. That was the knock on Trump, or at
Chief
least
of
the-
staff of the army.
General
Yeah.
James C. McConville.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that are the head of each branch, obviously, and then tactically, whatever, they're in charge of certain countries. I'm sure there's a lot of specialized jobs that have pretty high ranks.
He's the
but
chief of staff. Yes. Yeah. So type in.
ask,
Type
is the
in.
president
Is the president in the
the
military?
military?
Oh, already had it ready to go.
Wow.
He's commander in chief of all armed forces. So the army and the navy. So they kind of have the final authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But they're not doing boot camp.
no, of
but
course,
they're in it.
but a lot of them were ex dudes.
Washington.
That
First president.
How many were
As a
ex
general.
I feel like
I feel like
three.
it was a lot more back in
the
the
first
day.
three,
Yeah.
and
Of course. Teddy
Lincoln was
Roosevelt.
definitely not.
Bush.
No.
The first Bush was.
Yeah,
was
Bush
a little
definitely
pussy
was.
bitch.
And wasn't who was
Bush
the-
was like a badass, like Maverick level Top Gun fighter.
the POW
pilot.
and all that
and
stuff.
Then he,
I mean,
and then
he
he
was
ended
like-
his life just completely frozen like a ghoul.
Yeah.
So I'm either going to
Just
be
trying to grab chicks' asses, but his finger broke off mid squeeze.
Damn, these asses are getting real stronger now. I remember back in the 50s. I would be the president or I would be the general from the General commercials.
Oh, go to the general and save some time.
Yeah.
That's also such a funny ad campaign that they're doing now is they've finally done the market research and they realized like how negatively affected their business has been by those commercials, that stupid little general. So now they have wave after wave of commercials of like Shaq and all these celebrities being like, you actually can save a lot of money. It turns out we just didn't take them serious because of the general commercial. Like they literally are being like, we fucked up, but we actually are pretty good at what we do if you give us a shot.
Well, at one point, their campaign or their marketing strategy was like, okay, no one really likes the general. What if we give him a penguin friend?
Yeah.
That made no fucking sense that he would just walk around with a penguin.
And one time, their marketing strategy was to put comedian Eric Rivera, in a fake comedy club to do jokes about car insurance.
I remember that.
I mean, good for him, get his money, but it was maybe the worst 30 seconds in cinematic history.
God, that played so much too. It was awful.
Yeah, I can't believe I was right about that.
It was
I don't
Eric
even remember
Rivera. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Um,
He's the first person that called me a hack.
Next question.
Called you a hack? For what?
I don't remember. It was like
Kidding?
8 months.
Seriously or kidding?
No, I think he was kidding, but I was also just like, I was very hurt by it, and I still hold
okay.
a little bit of a grudge.
Okay.
There's more to that story. That'll be on Patreon. Patreon.com/scenariopod.
When you blow up, how will you make sure you don't get a big head and family doesn't become spoiled?
Family doesn't get spoiled and I won't. That's exactly what I'm going to do if I ever blow up. I'm going to get the biggest. I have a big head now when it comes
Physically.
to that shit.
Yeah.
How about Brendan?
I can't believe I walked right into that.
Me and Brendan are having this really good conversation the other day while filming Mike Takes Edibles. It's in the early stages, so nothing wrong has
yeah,
happened
he
yet.
had nothing. The vibe hasn't changed.
And we're talking about comedy and how we're at this point where like trying to big ourselves up, how poisonous it had been for me specifically for like 10 years of the terrible stuff that I was saying to myself, and now how I'm just building myself up from the ground up. And we're having this conversation, and I said something about a joke, very like kind of almost rapper-esque, where I'm just like pumped about it. And Brendan looks at me and goes, "You're your own biggest fan, aren't you?"
I knew you were fucking. I knew you guys.
I've been
you
got a
holding
little
on to
sour
that.
about that.
Yeah, I looked at him and I was like, "Yeah, you're goddamn right, and it's taken me a long time to get here."
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even. I didn't even mean it like this guy's a fucking. I went, "You're your own biggest fan." Hearing
not
you,
the
I didn't
tone.
say it. The way
That's
I
not.
said. I because the way you said it, I
Classic
laughed. And
Brendan says something
know.
in the shitty tone, but expects you to understand he didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, I will admit that
I did
sound
say it
shitty.
sarcastically, and I meant it to hurt your feelings, but in my heart, I'm proud
Now,
of you.
did you do a look to the camera, thumb over? This guy's his own biggest fan.
No, he
Because
just
that
looked me
sounds
dead in
very
the eye.
on brand.
I did. I'll have you know, I meant it in a really good way, but it might have come off as this guy's his own biggest.
So how will you not? Deal with that? How will you deal with that when you blow
Will
up?
I not get a big head and spoil my family?
I think 13 years of straight humbling has allowed me to remain moderately centered if I achieve a modicum of success.
If I get $30 million tomorrow, everything I've learned is unlearned immediately. It is big game hunting for houses and boats.
yeah.
I am living Wolf of Wall Street life almost instantaneous. So quickly that I am having imposter syndrome while giving the maid $4,000 just because she showed up 15 minutes early, and I like that dedication.
Only the finest oils will be combed through that mustache.
Yeah. And someone else will do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting massaged with real oil, with like oil from
BP.
Iraq. Yeah.
Well, Erica's favorite thing to do
Brendan's
is
just a duck.
Erica's always said this. If she gets rich, the first thing she's gonna do is get a driver. She's like, that's like the biggest.
Yeah,
she's like, I think that is the greatest use of money, to just not be able to you just walk out on your phone. You'd the doors open for you. You just sit in. You don't have to fucking worry about traffic. Worry about anything.
Yeah.
Aside from housing and comfort, I honestly don't think my life would change all that much. I really mean that. Like I kind of buy whatever I want in terms of like, fun gamey stuff. My brain doesn't even really go out more expensive than I can spend, if that makes sense. Like it's almost blocked that.
Oh, good for you. That's great.
Dude. I've completely taken
I'm like
those
renting
away.
out the Apollo tomorrow.
That's
filling it.
Sure. I mean, I would buy a tour bus.
Fixing everything. Brendan's like weeping tears of potential when he's just thinking about it.
Dude. I will be sitting on a plane on the runway, like my own private jet, with a fucking like a turtleneck sweater and a fucking chain, just sitting there on a fucking Nextel
Lil
or
Dicky?
something.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm completely changing if that ever happens.
I think
when it happens.
I think that if like, $30 million, you earn 30, which should probably take you on home to the rest of your life. If
not the way I'm spending it.
Right. But if I make 30 million and then I ever worry about money like I worried about it 3 years ago, I would kill myself.
But you
like
need
that's the time.
You will worry about it. That's the problem, because money, but also money makes money. So,
but like I did.
Right.
So if I'm spending it and I'm like, wait, I'm just watching the numbers drop and I'm like, hold on, how am I going to put this together? How am I going to make all this work? And it comes down to I'm budgeting like last dollar shit like years ago, I would unceremoniously kill myself.
I'll tell you what I'm doing immediately. I'm buying Leonardo DiCaprio's house in Los Feliz that just went on the market.
Oh, that's great. And I'm also going to buy
that. I'm buying the dinosaur head.
It was only $5 million.
I'm buying his girlfriend's.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy Bar Raffaelli.
Yeah.
Wherever he's cast her off to, whatever nether region of Israel she's now living in, I'll unearth her and marry her.
All right. I don't know if I get this next question, but they said MBM, Mike Brendan Mike.
Okay.
Also, Massive Black Man. You are
IGP.
You are given
RIP.
red carpet all IGP RIP.
RIG.
Yeah. So you are given red carpet all access and tasked with painting a celebrity. Who are you exposing?
What? Can you say the question again?
So you are given red carpet all access and tasked with pantsing a celebrity. Pantsing? Oh, I see what you're saying. Pulling their pants.
Yeah.
So you're giving. I thought it was painting. This is a way less. Okay. So this is actually very fun. Who you get all access to him. Who are you pantsing? What celebrity?
I know. Kanye West. I just want to fucking do it just to humble him a little bit.
I bet he's knocking a big dick, dude.
No.
Yes.
I'm not even talking about his dick or anything.
I would like to pull up his shirt more than pants him.
Yeah.
Because I think his little belly and fucking titties would really bother him more than showing his hammer.
I want him to write about me in a song. Where he's like, and I got pants by Brendan Sagalow.
By a flaky fat boy.
It's just him, singing sadly for 33 minutes. This is an album, kind of.
He pants me. Yeah, right. He pants me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the auto-tune.
Yeah. Who would be a fun
He
person?
looks like Lena Dunham. He pants me.
Comes out with a song called Fat, and he's like, Fat. What's the fame? How does fame go?
I feel it's fat.
Yeah.
Fat. When no one is around you, you still can't squeeze by.
What celebrity am I going to pants?
Just Rebel Wilson dancing in the music video.
Dressed as you in a NoFX shirt.
Yeah. Ford Finster. They're just making out.
Kanye would really be a good one.
He is a good answer.
It's got to be someone who takes himself way too seriously. That's the person you got to. What celebrity more than any other celebrity?
Tom Cruise would be fun.
Tom Cruise would be into it. He'd be like, what, dude?
He's a small guy.
He would chase you down, though, very fast and probably beat the hell out of you.
He would crack your neck with his thighs.
I feel like Tom Cruise has rubber bands wrapped around his ball sack every day of his life.
Good. I could see it.
Like
Maybe
just
it
to
helps
cut
with
the
focus.
circulation and keep him blue, and then by the end of the day, he deep breaths and then jerks off on an alien's face.
I'm trying to think of the most
nude alien.
serious celebrity, the most serious actor or celebrity there is. Someone
Rock.
who's like
Daniel Day-Lewis.
douchey, who's like Daniel Day-Lewis would be a good one. Yeah, someone who's really way too like, this is my process, this is my fucking whatever.
Sean King. I'd love to pants Sean King, the white guy who dresses up as black and pretends to be a BLM guy and takes advantage. He's up for like all these fraud charges. He's a fucking monster, this guy.
Oh, wow.
But I would love to pull down his pants, prove once and for all where he lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if he's got a pink little dick, then it's like, guy, you can't fool anybody.
Yeah. I would also like to pull down like Mila Kunis's pants in my room.
Okay.
Oh.
She's a mother, so. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
So it's disgusting.
Yeah. You move to the suburbs and you start doing renovations in your backyard. You find $10 million buried 8 feet underground. What do you do?
I don't know how to launder money.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean,
Do
I
you
know
need
the
to
process.
launder it?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because they know you have not made $10 million. And if you
I
find
wouldn't
that,
put
you
it.
have
I'm not
to.
going to just deposit in the bank. Can't you just keep it?
I would just keep.
Sure. Do you think you could stealthily spend a little at a time?
Well, maybe I put here's what I would try to do. If 10 million, right? I'd probably put like $1,000 a week in the bank and be like, or I could just give it to like.
We could easily, dude. This is what we do. This is what you do. You start a Patreon. I mean, you get a Patreon.
Well, that's a
and you
great way to
make
launder money.
fake people.
Yes.
And you do top
But
tier.
how does the
Top tier.
cash go into the Patreon? You can't walk up to your laptop and deposit 20s.
Fuck, dude, that's so true. I didn't
You got
even
us there.
think about that. Fuck me. I think we're getting close.
We are getting close. What you have to do is you have to create fake people and accounts and stuff like that and deposit the money, the cash, into the fake accounts and then go into the Patreon.
Well, what are
Like it's similar to how Walter White was getting the donations to his cancer site.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. How about you just spend, like, you can buy a car in all cash. You could buy a house in all cash. So you could spend a lot of that
Yeah,
without...
but you have
the
to
government
claim
would
it.
come after
You
you.
have to. It has to be attached to your name. So they're going to say, "Where did you get the $35,000 in cash?"
inheritance.
Sure. Then you could do that, but that would cover that $35,000. And then they're like, "Where did you get the $500,000 for this house?"
But why are
Ground
we
hole.
ground hole.
Ground hole. Are we
You're like,
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
You got that's actually the third option you got to check on the W-9.
That's an IRS loophole that we haven't.
But
ironed
wait,
Loophole in the ground hole.
if you own the
Title.
if you own the property that you're living on and you find that money in your property, isn't it yours? It's
Yeah,
rightfully
sure.
yours.
Yeah, tell the FBI to come by, check out the 10 million, and see how much of that they return to you after years of evidence of who could have possibly buried it there.
It's true.
Or years of investigation.
I don't know. I think they'd only take taxes out of it.
I
right?
think you are out of your mind. It is like, are we trusting these alphabet agencies? Is that what we're
I
doing
know,
here?
I
Can't
know.
you
how much
open-
money
Oh, you
do they
got to open up
seize?
an offshore account. Go to the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Swiss account.
Well, Caribbean, but yeah, you could do Swiss too.
Well, whichever one has the laws that we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Next question.
We actually probably just go to Jordan Belfort. We DM him and be
Yeah, and he's like, "Let me borrow this real quick. I'll get it back to you times 3 in a couple of years. If you don't hear from me, just don't worry about it." You're like, "Oh, great."
So scary, dude. I'd be like losing my mind with 10 grand. I'd be like, what the fuck do I do with this? I'd be having a panic attack.
10
grand.
grand's fine.
Huh?
Yeah, you'd be worried about 10 grand?
No, just like, what the fuck do I do? This is like a whole big thing now.
You pay rent for a third of your year.
Yeah. Your guy is definitely not like filling out tax work.
I know.
He'd accept cash.
Yeah.
Got another. This is also from It's Fucking Pat. I got another scenario. You wake up in a dystopian future and you are forced to fight in a war, but all the guns were destroyed in the past. What weapon do you pick? I.e., sword, and what kind? Sword and shield, 2 swords, spear, mace. What would you pick?
I'm going classic sword, shield. Sword and shield combo.
Yeah, you need a shield.
You need a shield.
2 swords just is a waste of everybody's time.
You have to be very skilled to have 2 swords.
Yeah, but
You
yeah,
could have a sheath. I think you could have a sword, 2 sheaths
Like
and
Zelda?
a shield. Yeah.
A sheath.
2 sheaths and a shield. Yeah. Have your swords here, have your shield here, and you can pull it out. If you get that banged off of your hand, you can then and just be double on.
Yeah, definitely have like a side knife, like maybe a curvy knife.
Like
or
the
something.
small one where the guy always, like, when he's like kicked down and he's just, the sword is at his
Yeah.
neck and the guy just leans in and he's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be covered in things that stab people. I'm going to have the Assassin's Creed fucking
the shredder
thing right here where if someone gets close, I just sink. I'm going to have a crossbow on my back.
Well, that's my weapon, the crossbow. And I'm curious if that's being taken with the gun since it's pretty gun-like. But
is it more gun than it is stabby?
Because that's what I would do. I just love. Have you shot a crossbow? I've shot a bunch of crossbows.
I have shot a
and
crossbow.
I'm pretty accurate.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
I
get worried of like here's my like fear of the crossbow is like you shoot the crossbow as someone's charging you, it misses, then you have to like be like as someone's like bull running you down.
You have to put it in between your feet.
Yeah, you're like click 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 click. You're like, come on, it feels like it's gonna snap in my face. I'm worried. You're like,
my second weapon, beta blockers. It stops my hand from shaking. So
there you go.
It's
great. Yeah, you just pop some fucking Valium or something.
Yeah, but I think it's got to be that. I've also done a lot of thinking about the.
I don't know why the way you said Valium and it really like hurt me in my head. Yeah,
what is it?
It sounded like you were southern.
Valium.
You were saying volume.
Yeah,
yes, you got to take some Valium.
Yeah, you got to turn down the volume on that car.
You're being pulled over by the police. Turn down that Valium.
Hey man, turn down that Valium.
Getting sticky. So let's all right, this is from Ash.
Wednesday.
Oh, God. The funniest part of Brendan saying he would leap free. Oh, I don't even know. The funniest part, I'm just going to read it. The funniest part of Brendan saying he would leap free of a crashing bike to land on his feet, or at least not on his face, was clearly no one seemed to know that in that kind of cycling, your feet are locked into the pedals and you have to be unclipped before you can actually catch yourself in a crash scenario. My understanding is that they unlock by turning it into a specific angle. So maybe in theory a person could do it while crashing, but I have my doubts. Okay, so that wasn't a question.
It's impossible. He's absolutely right.
Bike nerd.
I didn't even think of it, but every single time I like dismount out of the Peloton, I hurt myself a little bit.
It's hard to
I
take
twist my knee.
It's hard to
every single time. Dude, I've tried to stop also while I've been like, all right, out of the saddle, go, go, go. And I've been like, all right, this is too much. And I try to stop and I'm like, oh, I'm connected. And my knee shoots up through the ceiling. I hyperextend my hip. I'm like, this sucks.
This is from Lindsay Piggott. What famous tragedy would you choose to die in? Example, the Holocaust, Titanic, the Hindenburg. Already know Cannon is going to choose the Titanic, oddly obsessed with dying like the two little Irish boys. So, Brendan, what would you do, I guess? Because
I don't know, man. The Hindenburg is scary. They're all scary. I guess
Hindenburg at least explodes, so you're dying pretty quick.
Yeah.
Holocaust is the scariest.
Holocaust
because they're keeping you alive, they're malnourishing you, they're making you do physical labor, and then they're killing you in front of everybody in mass graves. So that's
and plus there's no notoriety with that. Like they're only starting with the memorials now. You know what I mean? So 9/11 is the first one where your name is literally in the books.
9/11 would actually probably be a good one to go. If I could be looking out the window where the nose of the plane's about to go through, that was at least like a quick instant
the plane's
death.
coming and Feeney just goes.
Yeah, and then I go, oh no, I had it on selfie mode.
Time lapse.
Yeah.
Maybe the genocide of the Native Americans. I would be a part of that.
1492.
In 1492.
You'd like to get plundered by a bunch of dirty-dicked Europeans.
Feels like it would be a fun fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way?
It didn't
that you'd
seem
take
fun.
a few top of the heads before you.
Oh yeah, I would just be
smallpox
putting them
to death.
on my own. Yeah, smallpox to death. Yeah. Damn, man, it's so it's very fearful to die.
Is it? I'm not worried about the. I'm not worried about the event. I am really worried about missing stuff. That's the only thing I can think of with this whole new.
Yeah, that's eternal FOMO.
Yeah, it's like new concern about death that I've never had before, and it's 100% tied to, having a kid. But it's like, I never cared, never thought of it, always was like, fine, it's going to be dead over, can't wait, going to be great. And then as soon as I had a kid, I was like, well, now I don't want to. I can't go. I can't go yet.
Yeah, I think I'm more afraid of like just fucking boom, gone. Like, that's scary.
It could happen as soon as you walk out the
door. It could happen right now. I can have a fucking
a hearty,
an aneurysm, heart attack. You're like, oh my god, I'm dying.
My grandma had a fucking aneurysm on at the what is that big hole? Grand Canyon.
Your grandma. Fuck yeah.
Oh!
Holy
Wow,
shit.
made
fuck
you look
this
like a
dude.
dumb
Oh
fucking
my
clown,
God.
bro.
Fuck you.
Wow, he clowned you.
Fuck both
So,
of you. Fuck you.
Mikey Case asks, what professional sports team would you play for?
Everyone. I'd be happy to be a member of all of them.
The Ducks, the Long Island Ducks. I know we mentioned them last week. And
Not even you don't even want to go major leagues. You want to play for the
You
money.
wanna play
Your
for-
highest aspiration is
Yeah.
a middling.
1,500 a week.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that'd be a cool group of dudes. Everybody's just fucking.
Everyone realizing slowly that their dreams are dying.
Yeah,
They're
but
not
that
as
would
talented
be-
as they could have been.
That
yeah,
would
which
be
is
the
what
most.
we're doing anyway.
That would be the most fun baseball, like pro sports thing to do, because you're just with dudes who are like, all right, let's enjoy this a little bit instead
Yeah.
of being so neurotic and intense and what is it called when you're disciplined that you have no time for extra fun or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
minor leagues must be like Bull Durham where you're just packing fats waiting for the cancer
Dude.
to set in.
Yes, man. Yes.
Running out the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. just right.
Probably not so much anymore, but back in the day at least.
And that's what I would call my
Barnstorming.
book. I would call it Running Out the Clock, a book by Brendan Sagalow.
How much fun, and probably not in terms of the racial segregation, but barnstorming and like playing at those old barn, in the Negro leagues and all that stuff where they would just build fields in farms and people would come by to watch these games. And
Yeah, that's
Well, that's what's exciting about tomorrow. They're doing the Field of Dreams game.
oh, really?
What's that?
For the first time ever, they're playing a game in, what is it, Idaho or something? They built the Field of Dreams from the
Whoa.
movie. Like, it's a state the Yankees are playing, and they're doing against, like, with the corn rows in the back, the cornfields and all that shit. They have that.
There's no stands back there.
Nope.
It's just corn.
It's just the fields.
Is
yeah.
there a wall or it's
Pull
just
up a
corn?
picture
They're
of that,
gonna be-
Nicole, the
I
Field
am
of Dreams.
So fired up.
It's so
and
awesome. They've been
I
promoting it
haven't
for
watched
like
a
a year.
baseball
It's
game
tomorrow.
even when I went to one 2 weeks ago.
And the worst part is we have this terrible, terrible pitcher that's going to be starting for us. So it's going to be a field of nightmares for us. But if you pull up a picture of what it looks like,
Oh, that's
it
the
looks
New York Post
exactly like
headline
it.
the next
It's
day.
hilarious. It's hilarious too because in the Field of Dreams is very nice and everything, but then you got these like pro baseball players all jacked up on steroids. They're fucking the cornfields are gonna have a little baseball sized hole going
just
through
a fire burn
Yeah.
through it.
Yes.
Dude, I hope it rains so the headline is Field of Wet Dreams.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Do we have a picture?
I guess we're not.
There we go.
Wow.
Is that
What?
it?
It's-
Oh, yeah, Iowa. It's in Iowa.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's very
But
cool.
pretty cool. There's no daytime picture. That's the weirdest picture they chose to use as the promotion because you can't see
Alien.
any of the crops.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool that there's a walking path from field to field, though.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
From field to dream.
Wow.
We'll be right
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be as tall as 12 feet. This is, I feel like, an old article or something.
Okay.
That's fine. Let's just
Uh-oh.
bring up another question.
Yeah, let's
Don't
do
have
it.
anymore.
Okay. well,
So we will die on this hill until we get a better picture from
Yeah. I played in the Field of Dreams in Cooperstown. That's what that was called, actually.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that was the summer camp. We were the first year. I talk about this way too often.
Very often. But
Yeah.
that's a nice little save the date you have for Becky and Matt.
oh, is that okay? Get the
You can let them know, people know that you have friends that are happy.
I have friends that are happy. None in this room right now. All right, let's do a fucking.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool picture. Can we zoom the shit out of that?
No, it's got to say that.
Enhance.
Wow.
Yeah, so that whole thing behind it is all crossed. So this is
That's
like,
crazy that the aliens landed right next to it, too.
it's going to be
Creative
really
props
fun.
are
Put a
cool.
belt buckle.
It's going to be pretty cool how like little the stands are. And you had to enter a raffle in order to try to win tickets to that game.
I can't, but is this going to the movie? Like, who's making money from this?
It's a promotional thing. They've been talking about it for like over a year now. So it's been, I think they were supposed to play it last year and then it
Is
got
Kevin
pushed.
Costner behind this?
Kevin Costner is going to be there.
Oh,
He's
my
100%
God.
going to be there.
You gotta be.
And they're gonna
Ray
have
Liotta?
They're gonna have. They're all of the people from the movie. Are gonna
James
be back.
Earl
They're gonna have
Jones?
James Earl Jones come through the corn and be like,
The
"Kill
little
me, kill me."
The little girl that almost dies?
You can keep naming cast people, and I'll keep telling you, yes, they're gonna be there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Renee Russo? No,
Yeah.
she was in Tin Cup.
I don't think I have to be here for this. Can I do? Can I just leave? Okay, here's a question from the Big Book of If. If you could have avoided living 1 year from your past, which year would you like to have eliminated? Which year would you like to never?
This one, because it's been. I mean, between shoulder surgeries and cats dying and
Corona.
No, that was fine. Last year was good. But the fucking all of the downfall. It's all.
How much did Corona beer spend to like right that ship? Do you know what I mean? Because nobody calls it
because it really
nobody calls it coronavirus.
No, the
anymore,
first
though.
year their sales were down like a tremendous, like millions and millions.
Dude, they must have sunk like $100 million into the don't look this way, and asking the CDC to reclassify it.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're calling it the Bud Light disease now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Delta variant. It's like
know.
Yeah, once you get the Bud Light disease, your collar just goes right up, and you're like, oh no, I'm contagious.
After we get rid of the Delta variant, it's going to be like, now there's a Geico variant. Are we recording?
What?
Unfortunately, yes.
I don't know, man.
Geico variant.
You get what I was trying to do.
You went from beer to beer, but then beer to insurance company.
Yeah, because Delta is its own company, and it's not a
right.
beer.
You went beer to airplane to auto insurance.
I don't know, man. It's been weird.
It's been a weird couple days ever since he had a Zoa on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday.
That one energy drink.
Monday. Fuck.
So what year are you guys getting rid of?
1921.
No, of your life.
I think when I was.
You read the question. What is the? Give me that book.
You
I
want
think
it?
2007, 2006 or 2007. One of those years. It was when like my parents got a divorce, my dog died, and like 4 of my friends died. That was just. I could do without that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really like getting rid of anything because.
Oh, here he comes.
and,
Because the pain, really, if you think about it, allows me to let the joy in and appreciate even more. And, it's just kind of in times like these when I have to think about perspective, like, I'm doing pretty well. I'm on my own. I'm paying rent. I'm a comedian living my dream. I'm doing a podcast with my best friends.
Correct.
If you just think about it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't take away any of it, not even the cum stain on my shoulder.
I would take away the year that I met Mike Feeney, I think.
You wish.
He does.
Greatest day of your life, pal.
Do you remember where it was?
Probably New York Comedy Club.
It's definitely
Probably
there,
the same place I met you.
Let's go to your journal. I'm sure.
I just remember meeting you and being
Today I met a boy.
be like, I can't believe they made a life-size Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah, I was like, this angry man kept yelling at me.
Yeah.
I think his name is Mike.
Who's this boy glowworm?
I shall call him 11.
Dude, pull up a glowworm and show me how much it looks like Sagalow. It's unreal.
You look more like a glowworm than I do.
You don't even know what a glowworm
Yes,
is.
I do. It's a worm that glows. It's a doll. It's a toy. I know exactly what a fucking glowworm is.
No, you don't.
Yes,
You're
I
just
do.
saying the words I said
But
and
is he right?
extrapolating.
But is
No,
he
but
right?
I'm right.
Kind of, but not
I am
really.
right. I know
That's
exactly.
Oh, my
look
God.
at that.
It's-
And it glows.
It's stupid,
And it's a
Brent.
worm thing.
Yeah. Look at that. Complete
does-
with
It does have your
complete
eyelashes,
with the
though.
folds of your stomach. It's you.
Yeah, it looks like
If
one
you
of
could
your-
just shrink those eyes to almost impossible to see levels, that would be Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could downsize the eyes.
Can I pick random things in here, or do you go in order?
I go in order so that we don't do that.
Okay.
So, just,
I have a very specific system.
yeah. The
Don't
fact that
upset
you
the apple
moved
cart.
the
Yeah,
page, I was like,
I have a specific system where I kind of know which page I'm on, and I read 3 questions that we did last time, and then we move on to the questions.
All right. If you could have the home phone number of anyone in the world, whose would it be, and what would you say to them?
anyone in the world, the home phone number.
I don't want to call or say anything to anyone. I have a lot of people's numbers that I just don't use. I can't bring myself.
Yeah. What would I say to him? I don't know. It's a good question, outside of the president, I guess. But what am I going to say to him?
Hey, man.
Hello? Hello?
Sign up for the Patreon, man.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
can we
Tell
update this?
everyone.
If you could have someone's cell phone number of anyone in the world, who would it be and what would you text them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, okay. We can do that.
Leo, just be like, big fan. Let me know if you ever want to hang.
Yeah.
And then I'll screenshot that and try to send it to you guys, but I'll send it back to him going, look whose number I got. And then be like, what was?
I don't know. I'm in the same boat, dude. I don't want to talk to anybody.
No.
Especially, I'm just, I
You know what?
really don't.
I would text Gigi Hadid and say I have Zayn.
Zayn from One
Somebody,
Direction.
yeah, that's her baby daddy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And I have him. So you have to blow Brendan for me
Yeah.
to give him back because I'm a good friend.
I would text Bella Thorne and just go and say, just stop.
Just give it a rest
On
already.
behalf-
Give it a rest.
On behalf of all big-titted redheads with freckles, please
Yeah.
cut it out.
You're making us look bad, okay? With your stupid songs. She's hot, though.
I think that's her. Next question.
We got time for a couple more?
Yeah. Here's the scenario.com for everything this podcast. We got social media. Subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a review. That all helps push us on the almighty algorithm. Also, comment, thumbs up, do all that stuff. Share the YouTube. That also helps. We appreciate you guys flooding those comments lately and really showing out for the show. I guess at this point, the announcement has been made. This is our sole podcast, babe.
Yes, baby.
This is 2
Here's
weeks from now, right?
Yeah, here's the scenario. That's the show right now. We Irish goodbye the goodbye show. It was a great run. We loved it. This is where everything lives. Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow.
We outgrew our shell. And
That's right.
To move to a bigger shell.
That's right, because Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan simply took up too much room in the show.
We could no longer record in B.
Yeah.
Because
Studio
of
B was no
Brendan's
longer
size.
an option.
Yeah, I kept calling you guys crying at night, going like, when am I going to be a part of it?
So this is the show. We got every episode up. Keep it. Episodes every Wednesday for free, and then we got the Patreon. We get 2 bonus episodes. One comes out on Monday. One comes out on Friday. Plus all the additional content. We go all of our shit that we individually put up on our YouTubes gets there early on the Patreon, and then we have mountains of exclusive content that we're putting out just for our Patreon members, starting at $5.
Yep.
We get 2 podcasts, that's the bare bones, and then we got everything else, guys. It's all high-quality stuff. We have a fantastic team. We got Lucas shooting everything, and Nicole has been absolutely crushing it with the edits. They are invaluable parts of our teams, and we're really building something here. So sign up. Get excited. This shit's about to hit another level.
Yeah, and always, if you want to see us live, go to our fucking websites, check out our dates, and come. Huh?
Why'd you say fucking websites?
I don't know. My mom cursed a lot when I was a kid, so it's just fucking ingrained in me.
Fucking ingrained to me.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. It's really bad. So come out, look at our lovely websites, check out our dates, come see us do stand-up, because we still really care about the old stand-up comedy.
If you were kidnapped and could bring only one personal possession, what would you take? And let's get rid of phone.
Okay.
Laptop.
Just trying to connect to Wi-Fi while you were kidnapped.
Yeah, just
Hey, what's the Wi-Fi password from the trunk? Oh, yeah.
He goes, what? What's your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he puts it back. He tells you, he puts it back on, and then you go, "Ooh, what?" Clicks it down, and you're like, sorry, was that capitals? 'Cause it's saying incorrect. So I don't know. Is there a 1 at the end of it?
It's a guy in a ski mask being like 275G lowercase W.
One thing. You know what I would take? I would take that fucking comedy camp knife. The switchblade thing, because that's the sharpest knife of all time, and it's thin. It can fit in your pocket or like your underwear if you had to sneak it, cut you out of something. I mean, you could 100% just slash someone's throat, and a pool of blood will pour out.
Can you do that though?
That is the sharpest knife I've ever been given.
The knife can do it. Can
I do it if I'm kidnapped? You just take even if you miss and get this, they're still gonna be they'll have to go and then while they have both hands up, you go sa 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 sa. Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to fucking get in there.
Yeah.
That's
I did
a good
a
answer.
really long, drawn-out stab scene with Brendan on edibles the other day.
Yeah,
The Mike takes
yeah.
edibles, and I peppered him with a couple small stabs. It was fun.
I was in the middle of a freak out too, but I was like, I gotta act this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're pretending to be like
Yeah.
Brendan the whole time was just kind of like low humming, like.
And what
low humming.
Mike, what 80s movie would you bring?
That's fun.
Bring a never-ending burger, you fucking
That's very fun.
sludge-eating shovels.
Okay.
I would bring a basketball. I would bring a basketball. Yeah, I would, because what else is there? I don't even understand. I'm clothed, I assume. So, what am I going to bring my favorite shirt? No.
Probably
phone.
tied up as well.
Yeah, but if they give me some sort of exercise where I can kind of keep my blood flowing in between the day, then maybe I'll do some figure eights. You know?
That's the worry.
the
You don't want to
tennis ball.
feel like you're fat while you're kidnapped. You wanna,
I bet that would be in my head.
You
If
could
I'm
just
just
do
sitting
push-ups.
still, What if my hands are tied? Then what am I just like?
Then you can't play with
I'm
the basketball.
Cock
flippering?
push-ups.
That's true.
Hey.
I can glowworm my way across the floor.
That's what I plan on doing. Get my little hat on.
Oh,
My little nighttime hat.
Okay.
last question.
Last question. And I've moved on to a new page, so I'm just going to pick one.
It's going. Well, that we've already done. So just keep flipping the.
We did this page, though? I already
we
switched
did.
pages.
Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I didn't see you switch.
Okay. If you could parent one famous person, who would you want it to be?
What page was it?
36.
Okay.
Dylan
Or was
Storm
it?
Roof.
Dylan Roof, you fucking I would say, maybe Bieber and just treat him great.
Yeah. I mean, all of these guys seemingly have eventual beef with their parents where they wake up and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They're like, my mom put me on the mall steps and handed me an acoustic guitar and then put her flip phone in my face and then I'm 100 millionaire? That's not cool.
I mean, you gotta really, really thank your mom for the child abuse at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's always like, but that's not what I wanted. You didn't let me choose. And you're like, did you want to be rich and famous when you grew
Yeah.
up? Probably.
Yeah.
Did you want every hot person on the planet to want to sleep with you? Probably.
And what's the
It's
alternative?
Trump. Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
What's the alternative? You get abused for no money?
Exactly.
You know? I mean, that's the hack joke, but it's like how many kids were molested not in Neverland Ranch?
Yeah. Yeah.
8.
There is a video that I just saw yesterday of Michael Jackson on like a high diving board. Have you seen this? And then Macaulay Culkin like pushes him into the thing, and
Does he fall the whole way down? Be like, "Get down!"
well, he was
And-
like, he lands in the water.
As he's falling.
He lands in the
Best
water.
impression I've ever done.
He lands in the water, and he's like,
Nothing.
"I'm laughing."
Go. Landed
What
in
do
the
you
water.
want- what do you want from me, dude? What do you want me to laugh harder at your joke,
At
your
all.
impression? Cool.
Give it a sec. Let the joke breathe.
It was breathing.
Go ahead. Now you go. Now we'll breathe. Go ahead. Keep going.
No. Yeah, there it is. So watch the video. He like, it's the first time I'm like, maybe he didn't rape these kids because maybe he just thinks he's an 8-year-old.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
put the sound on? Are we allowed to have the sound on?
Can't
No.
both be true. I mean, how?
I mean, why go up there if you weren't gonna?
And he starts going, "I'm gonna get you, Mac." He's like, "You dirty little scoundrel! I'm gonna get you." I'm gonna fuck you up the ass, you little baby. Either way, I did see that video, and I was like, maybe he didn't touch these.
I think both things
Michael
can be
Jackson
true.
owned at pool is such a funny title.
Owned.
Owned.
At
It should
pool.
be P apostrophe
Oh,
N.
yeah.
Owned.
Macaulay shoves him and goes, "This is for Wade."
Noob incel Michael Jackson
Yeah.
gets pawned at pool.
That's the episode, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please.
You think Michael Jackson ever had sex with a kid and then said, "Say, Fanny, are you okay? Are you
Fanny."
okay, Fanny?" It was worth it.
Thanks for watching.
Here's the
See you next
scenario.
week.
Tell your friends.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.